adventurers, and welcome to the Drunken Pony Pub. My name is Brad, and I will be your DM and your barkeep for this evening, so grab a drink, grab a seat, and let's get started. Where we last left our adventurers, they had taken a mission to the town of Cavers, so that way they could help out with an investigation. Yeah. They've been offered a very large sum of gold, not divisible by 7, that they could split however they needed to. If they would figure out what's going on in the town, why the Loyalist army was called to for aid, and take care of whatever the issue is.
That's the hard part.
Possibly, if you guys can even figure out what the issue is. Getting there, they've learned that roughly 25 people have gone missing. There doesn't seem to be any continuity. Some of them have been broken into, some of them have not. They have interviewed one recent survivor, I guess, of a attack, which resulted in her husband being taken. And they are running from there. So let's jump right back into it.
The way you worded that made it sound like we were at fault for her husband disappearing.
Maybe you were.
It's been Pyro this whole time. Wait, no, it is Atris.
It's Atris. She's already determined.
Giant with horns. Yep.
The real strangeness of this is that we already made all of those jokes in the last episode. So moving forward, we never did check that bounty board. I would like to do that.
What's everybody else doing? Where did we last leave you guys? You had
We were chilling in the breakfast area of the inn.
Oh, that's right.
All deciding where
you
we
had
to
just
head off to.
made a girlfriend, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
With
Oh yeah.
Doris Lorenzo, the
Doris,
owner of the
cook.
Thicket Inn. She has a wart on her chin, and she's heavy, and she talks like this.
Don't remember that.
Well, you
You
should.
asked for like
We all
hash
do.
browns, and she was like, potato.
I think Atris and I think we're both at the mayor's place at this point.
Yes, yeah, you had talked to the mayor. So stepping out, the board is right there next to. Seems to be like a town crier type board. People can come up and post whatever they have for sale, whatever goods they think are relevant. It's pretty decent size, maybe about like this. So you kind of do a quick scan through. There is 15 different like "Have you seen him?" posters, so of different people who have gone missing. If you want their names, I can give them to you. Or if you want to do that at the end, I can give that to you. There's a sign that says, "Rebels, not on our watch, report stirrings of unrest. Looking to buy goats, lost mine in the great storm." Another one says, "Our Lady Artemis, worship the Ascended every full moon's night at the community building." The next one says, "Crops won't grow, what changed?" The next one says, "False gods, worship Malar, the true god of the hunt, every full moon's night in the Hunters Guild." The next one seems to be an incoming shippings document. So it's like a docket of what things are going to be coming through town. It says that today there is no shipments planned. Tomorrow some slaves are supposed to come through. The next day, none. Next day, none. Next day, some fabrics and trinkets from the east. Kind of a running list of what expected shipments are coming. The next one says, "A east breeze begins. Advise all to move livestock away from the forest." Next one says, "There is talk of a circus coming. Is it true? Carnivals have been strangely quiet for a year. What changed?" Then you find a couple other that seem to be like selling posts for goats or donkeys. Best goat in town, for sale, 5 gold. Stuff like that. If you want the names, I can give them to you from those, or if you want to wait.
Yes, it would take a good bit of our time to give them now. So, Atris, did we ask when these disappearances happened in relation to one another? If it was random times, or if it was like once every 7 days?
I only remember Taffy.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair point.
I want to just pop back in real quick. Just,
Okay.
Hello again. Hey. When did these? How regularly do these disappearances happen? Is it like once every few weeks someone goes away?
Seems to be kind of here and there, to be honest.
Here and there, yes.
I would say they do come in clusters over a few days, typically.
Clusters,
okay. But I wouldn't say that they're particularly every blank amount of weeks or anything.
Okay.
But they do tend to come in groups.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cairo, look at this stupid old guy on this milk carton. says his
come
name
from?
is Missange.
Oh god damn it!
It's reading
Stupid.
I'm going
It's
back to
reading
the
lessons
room.
have paid off.
Miss Ing. But it's a man. Alright, where are you
place
guys
is
heading
weird.
I assume we're heading back.
to? Okay. These two arrive back at the inn with the rest of you. You finish your breakfast at the Thicket Inn. Thank your lovely, lovely Doris.
Sure.
Alright,
Me and
continue.
Kyra just
I mean,
having- yeah, we
I
were
assume
I'm
you
sitting
guys
on
are
the far
downstairs.
side. I'm sitting on the far
Downstairs
side
in the
from-
Bramble Rose, which is the bar you guys are staying at.
I said, I'm just sitting next to Kyra with the milk carton and
Hell
just
he
going,
is.
Miss.
Mississippi.
I don't know where that is.
I believe it's a name, actually. Alright, so,
That one makes a good sound, right?
Sometimes.
Shit.
so, Nomad, Cam, what we've learned speaking to the mayor is not a whole lot, but I've got a lot of information about this hunting guild. It seems like it might have some sort of connection to what we're looking for. Also, on the bounty board, I did see postings mentioning a true god of the hunt worshipping on the full moon at the Hunters Guild. So we may want to check there. That being said, it is incredibly secretive, so we would need some sort of infiltration, likely. Maybe nothing. Maybe no secret identities per se, but one of us might have to join.
Sounds fun.
Oh, I wasn't talking about you.
Cam's gonna be in like 19 different secret societies.
Different picture for each one.
Yeah. Hunters Guild, Tinkerers Guild, the college, the Freemasons.
He's gonna join the carnival next.
The Illuminati.
Yeah,
Well,
Illuminati.
you see, Cam, your abilities of disguise would lead yourself to better off showing up without leaving a trail of like names. This seems more like something that we would send Cairo into. Because they have to believe that this would be somebody joining a hunt guild.
True. He's got a crossbow.
You've seen him use it.
Yeah. Wait, he was using it?
I've done well with my crossbow.
He sounded pretty decent.
Yeah, TBH, he's probably missed with his spells more often.
That was more to hurt him than anything else.
Oh, shame.
Britton goes, I can join if you want. Join the Hunters Guild.
Sneak attack a deer.
How convincing a
Dude,
liar are you? How good are you
predator.
at keeping secrets?
I think pretty good.
Pretty good. Okay, that's an option. We could do Britain. We could do Cairo if he's interested.
Breton,
Huh.
are you a loyalist?
Is that a trick question?
So we have Cairo. I'm not sure that they would. I'm not sure. how they
Yes. Give me an insight check.
12.
He's lying.
I assume.
would- What's the DC? I might believe him.
4.
Okay, no, I rolled a 4, but still.
Okay.
You're questioning it. You're like, wait a second.
No, I beat it, because that's not what my mod. But
Oh, okay.
He also just nat 1 though. So.
Nice.
I rolled the same. They would maybe accept Atris, but honestly, I feel like Cairo has the best chance of actually blending in.
Fucking hunting down a deer in heavy armor.
So,
Just chasing
get
it.
this straight. So, people are missing.
Yes.
There's a Hunters Guild.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm going to just go ahead and, I guess, catch you up to speed. And Cairo.
Lit. Now I know things. Drinking a bottle of mayonnaise. Just staring people in the eyes.
Have you talked? So you talked to the captain of the guard, right?
Atris and Cam, I did, I believe.
Did you ask him about his patrols? Like, do they have choke points at the entrances and exits of the city? Like, because this very well could be like a really shady slavers thing where they're pulling people out of the city. If we know if they're coming in and out, then that helps us narrow it down. But if it's all staying inside, then that's a completely different beast.
Well, wasn't everybody being like, where the most recent one where we talked to Julianne, didn't her husband like get dragged off into the woods or something?
We don't know because she was knocked unconscious before her husband was taken.
But I feel like I've heard or remember somebody saying something iffy about the woods.
The woods is right north of her house.
Right.
Like,
Well, I thought
like
I
on the
remembered
map, if you guys wanted to look at it, I did send it in the chat.
It was like all on the
It is-
outside, and it was always on the forest outside.
Yeah,
right?
it is like you
Okay.
could get to
There's
the woods within a 2-minute walk.
Yeah.
From
I'm pretty
from
sure
her
the
house.
major thing that you're probably remembering is that, like, I mean, the forest doesn't look that big, but it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, there were some mentionings of old dangers that were in the woods.
Yeah.
He also brought up animal
There's
tracks.
enough animals in these woods that there's an entire hunting guild. If that gives you an
Yeah.
idea, so it's pretty big,
Mm-hmm.
pretty deep, and there's some big
Oh,
beasts.
Yeah, like I was down at like the dock areas, and there's a bar down there, and they have an elk head that's the size of Atris, just the head.
My. We're actually quite close to the woods where we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone wanted to go investigating there, but I
Well,
say
you guys are actually at the back at the Bramble Rose, which is down in the
I
southeast.
was thinking
town.
Thicket Inn. All right.
Yeah, that's where he went
That's
to go
where
get
he went to
breakfast.
Yes.
But you can cross all of town in 15 minutes. Like, it
Okay,
was
so
only a
this-
15-minute walk down to there. This is a very small
It's
town.
just I kind of went down to like another kind of.
Yeah,
like,
you didn't
town.
even stay in this town. You followed this road and continued all the way down.
Okay.
That's
to-
Crespin.
yes, that's Crespin.
Yes.
That's Crespin.
Though to your point about the patrols and guards, it is worth noting that this is not a walled city, so if they were going to sneak out, they didn't have to stick to the road.
And as small as a town as this is, like, I can't even imagine that the sheriff would even really have too many people for patrols.
So they were all on the eastern woods.
I mean, we can go ask
They were
them.
all over the city.
They're all over the city, but most congregated in the north, towards the woods, is where most of the disappearances have happened.
Mhm. That was, like James said, the connection that I was making.
So towards the north is away from where I saw the actual Hunters Guild, correct?
Yeah, well, the Hunters Guild is to the east.
Okay.
The woods is to the north.
Well, I'll pack up the tents, and looks like we're gonna be staying in the woods tonight.
I mean,
I don't think I have it marked on the map, but it is right here. It is in the
Yes.
east end of the city.
I don't think it would hurt to check with the Hunters Guild before just venturing off into the woods.
Yes. Obviously, I'm
If I know anything about guilds, is that they're not gonna give us much information, us being outsiders, and on top of that, if it is an inside job, then that just puts a target on our back.
That's why. That's precisely why I think we should have an inside man.
I'm telling you, I'll go pretend to be a hunter if you want.
No, no. Britain, I'm saying this with love. You're
No.
better at stabbing than lying.
I was really expecting for that to be an insult. That was just a crude statement.
Have you seen him try to stab?
All right.
Like, it's like sometimes it's like complete garbage,
So
but then
is-
other times it's like, holy
Okay,
crap.
well, worst case scenario, why don't we just go pretend to be tourists and go check it out? Because obviously it was big enough that you noticed it, right?
Yeah. I mean, I was
We
kind
could
of
send a few of us down there just to go see what it is.
Fish, but
Also, if they've got people looking, it's probably worth. There might be eyes on us, but based on what's happened, other than us being here right now, there's not been a lot. Cairo hasn't been involved in much of the investigation, so he would probably, if he went off alone and joined, he would probably be a lot better off as far as being connected to
I
us.
haven't either been involved with the investigation, though. That's what I mean. So if he
Same.
needs backup, us three would be the people to go.
Okay.
the rogue, the
What's
monk,
really-
and the ranger.
Well, then there's the. Well, so you all could go. There wouldn't be. My issue is sort of believability of who being there, because a marksman makes sense for a hunter's guild. That being said, two rugged seamen with close-ranged tactics aren't great for.
You need animal jockeys, people to carry supplies, people to carry the game back.
Trackers.
I say if you're going after actual big game, like you think Cairo's gonna take care of that by
Also,
himself?
if there's oceans too, or is there a seafaring part of this guild? We're
I don't
right
know,
next
but
to the
there's
water.
an ocean. Wait, are there monsters in that?
Yes. They mark them on like every map. There's like little squid monsters and everything.
Actually, hey, though, for maybe investigation purposes, why don't we send Cam in a disguise just to ask some touristy questions, find out more, then we send Cairo to go join.
That works for me.
That's an idea.
That is what I was getting at.
The poster, was the admission only on full moons? Or were the hunts just full moons?
It wasn't about the Hunters Guild. There's a
It's a
Or was
religious
that
there's a
thing?
religious
That was a
thing that
religious
takes
thing,
place
okay.
in the guild.
Yeah.
Kind of like, you know, how people can rent out like a community center.
There was another religious thing that was posted up there too, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
there's
For
another one that
Artemis
goes on.
and then Malar,
Yeah, Malar is the one that happens at the
Hunters Guild.
Hunters Guild. Artemis is the one that happens at the community building.
Welcome to Terra, the land of clowns and cults.
I'm gonna just do my ranger thing.
Which is, you would know who Artemis is because it's but for you guys outside of here, Artemis is not really a god that's worshipped where you guys are from. This is definitely a Daytera local thing. This pantheon of Artemis Zeus is mostly Daytera born.
Atris, you ready to smite some non-believers?
Always.
But I'm gonna do my ranger thing. So I want to look for clumps of people
Okay,
that aren't like
and it's
market
what's
areas.
the distance? Is
5 miles.
Yes, you can get the whole city into here.
I'm
You get kind of an estimate of the population of the city. It is
I do.
it is a very small town. You definitely imagine that having 25 people go missing has affected everyone in this town
Oh, yeah.
in some form or fashion. It's definitely an everyone knows everybody.
There's somebody out front. Like,
There is
changed
a
the sign on
cluster
the daily.
currently at the Thicket Inn where he came from. Seems like maybe, I mean, you can't get a great estimate. It's just there's a small group. There's a couple of the shops seem to have some people in them right now. Especially Timothy Books and Caro's Metalworking both seem to have a good group of people in there right now. And then the sheriff's office, you detect about 6 people in there. Looks like they're all kind of talking to each other. Maybe it's like a morning briefing sort of thing. And then the Hunters Guild has roughly 10 people in it right now. They don't seem to be in a cluster. They just seem to be kind of spread out in that area. Maybe there's people who actually stay there, live there, or people are meeting there. You're not sure.
Real quick, I'm going to.
It's probably more information than you were supposed to get from that, but I like it.
No,
So.
that's pretty much it.
I just randomly stand up and walk out.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit the streets real fast. I'm looking for 2 things.
Okay. With your fist or?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Talon.
That is my go-to. But no. One, markings. I probably don't understand them, but knowing where, like, any kind of. It's fine.
Okay.
Knowing where any kind of like underground markings might be in the city is a good thing.
Okay.
And 2, any strays.
Stray cats?
Yes.
Give me an investigation check for both. I'll let you make one check, and we'll be looking for both things.
I'm blind.
Blind as yeah.
For markings, you said investigation or perception?
Actually, investigation for markings, it'd be perception for the cats.
Okay. Well, investigation is a 0.
Okay.
Uh,
No luck. As far as you can tell, there is
minus
no
2
markings.
intelligence. Remember.
So give a new roll for the perception for the.
And then perception was a 18 plus 4, so
18?
22.
Yes, there actually is some stray cats here,
Alright.
which is definitely different from Gray. You imagine there's either an extermination effort in Gray, or they're either pets or they're in the wild and they die because
Alright.
there's dogs.
I'm busting out the meow meow felinese.
All right, you bust out the felinese. Oh, that's right. It concentrates down if it's the longer you concentrate on it, it like focalizes it. That's right. All right. Well, you find one, kind of a patchy black tabby that looks like it's seen some wear and tear here in the streets.
Good.
Okay.
It knows the streets.
So you can speak with cats as you would speak with animals, correct?
Correct.
Right.
I can't speak with other animals. I can only speak with cats.
Right.
I toss him a fish.
He happily picks it up. It's definitely like
Yeah.
big compared to him.
Hey.
Oh.
Fish down for a second.
Puts the fish down.
Human,
You remember now partially why you don't talk to cats that
I mean, they're
much.
stupid, but-
They're not very bright.
6 intelligence. Actually, what's a cat's intelligence?
Way
It
ahead,
might
yeah.
I
be the
think
same.
it's a 2. I think.
Oh, say it might be the same.
Let's see.
Intelligence is 3.
So I'm twice as smart
Yep,
as your
3.
average cat.
You are. You're twice as smart as the average cat. All right.
Oh god, this conversation's gonna go well. Nighttime. Seen big man with horns?
I am aware of the time of the night. Yes, I have seen many people.
No, he's the one
Shit.
confused.
Big man with horns.
I see things with horns a lot. They're all big to me.
Big human with horns.
Now we're talking.
Yes.
Been talking.
I think there is one wearing black and gold armor. Inside that bar. Looks at the bar you just came out of. Begins to like spin. Notices his tail. Kind of chases it for a second and then kind of looks back at you.
Please find out this animal's name. This is Judd asking.
Any others? Like maybe a couple nights ago?
I've seen many people with horns, though. I did see some people in the building down the road carrying animals with horns.
Hunter's Guild. Okay. By the way, what's your name?
Carlisle.
It's a very jellicle name.
Thank you. I came up with it myself. Read it on a sign.
You can read?
Yeah, see right there. Carlisle. There's no words there. This is definitely like just mold on the side of a building.
I don't know the difference.
It might be words.
It might be words. Alright. So, keep your eyes out for big guy with horns. If you see him, come to me. And I'll
Where will you be?
probably that building. And I point back towards the inn.
The Carlisle building. Yes.
The Carlisle building.
If me or my friends see anything, we'll come to you at the Carlisle building.
And I will give you fish.
All of us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, yeah, hold on.
What's your name?
Ink.
Thanks for the fish. It picks up the fish and just starts to walk off. Tail's definitely broken at the top.
His eyes turn around. He's like, the deal is struck.
Oh god.
We wake up the next morning.
Wanders
like,
off into an
a
alley,
horde of
jumps
cats.
like over the fence that goes around, and just walks along the fence until you don't see him anymore.
The Midnight Highway.
Yeah.
Okay, I walk back to the Carlisle building.
Mhm.
Atris, for the time being, can you put your helmet in your bag?
Girl, put that helmet on.
No, take it off. Because I have a bunch of cats looking for a big guy with horns, and if they see you, I'm getting cheated out of a lot of fish.
That's how like 4 people.
You
steal
can always
from
put it back on if we go into a fight.
Yeah, I'm not saying like leave it in your room.
Are the horns detachable? Can they like screw off? I'm not really sure.
No, they're attached, unfortunately.
Okay.
Also, I know it's magically enchanted.
Are we just glossing over the fact that Ink's employing wild cats?
I'll go on mechanics.
You can't?
I mean, very resourceful.
Yeah, can you speak
but
with
like,
lizards?
No.
Just a
They
gecko.
actually have an intelligence of one.
You talk to a lizard, he's like, yes, you seek the horned ones.
I have seen many things.
Yeah, no, see, you go for the snakes. Those guys.
Mm-hmm. It's like, yes, what you... And then a hawk just gets it.
What you say? Fuck you, bitches!
Can anybody talk to birds?
Fine.
Yes.
I can.
Okay.
I'm just saying, it'll help us. Hopefully.
I'll take the hand.
To talk with birds?
But that was not in the canon.
Alright, so anyways, we're going with the plan of you going to scout out this Hunter's Guild.
Okay. Just
Yeah?
ask a few questions.
That works for me. I want to keep an eye out to make sure nobody's watching us. Just like as we're going, a passive perception of something, but just I want
Sure,
to...
what is everybody's passive perception, by the way?
I'm about to get
passive
JFK.
perception is 14.
13.
14.
10.
There's also my spider.
12.
12, I think, as well.
Okay, you guys don't see. I mean,
He's outside.
you guys seem to be alone in this bar at the moment.
Alright.
Because the Bramble Rose doesn't really have a breakfast opening, so the only people in here right now are the patrons. At one point during the conversation, a lady who seems to also be staying at the inn walks down, kind of nods at you all, and walks out. But that's the only person you guys have seen this whole time, other than the woman who is going around cleaning.
So
Like, she seems to come in and clean in the mornings
We have been seen together.
by a patron. Yeah,
I mean, we don't know who is.
that's right.
I cast Inflict Wounds.
On the patron? Okay.
Does the amount of people that I saw, like, near where he ate match up with the amount of people that he saw?
No, there's more now. But you also were pretty much first thing in the morning, so
Okay.
could be that there's more people there now.
So-
There were still about 3 or 4 in there when you were in there. Now there's like roughly 10, so it's not an unusually
Okay.
like, oh god, now there's 50 people there.
Okay.
So, while Cam does his little talking thing, nomad, prisoner, actress, you guys want to do a little bit more digging around town. Me, Cairo, and Britain, the forest. Do a little bit of an investigation, and if we see something to bag, we'll probably help our.
I'd like to go along maybe with them and investigate some of the town. Actually, maybe if I can pick up a little bit more of. I'm not a bad actor either. Maybe if I can pick up some of the, the way the people talk, I can kind of follow it along.
Yeah, I'll go in the wilderness with you two.
Maybe switch out there if you guys are okay with that.
I mean, a little bit more believable having Nomad be able to carry stuff. I'm not saying that you're definitely buff, but
Yes,
It's
you
just
can
that
join
I'm
us in
built
the city.
different.
he's a fucking Goliath.
Yeah.
So,
So.
Alright.
So.
alright.
Break. 1, 2, 3. Great Britons.
Great Britain! Great Britain!
What's happening?
I'm walking off now. It's over.
That's
Let's go,
I'm
Cairo.
going back to Gray.
All right.
I'm
so
taking my
Cam, let's go
spider.
with you first, since you were going on the main mission here.
Okay.
What are you disguising yourself as?
A loser. Oh, wait.
What's the general town look like?
So if you were to like compile a list of average people here
Yeah.
in this town, most people seem to enjoy sporting facial hair. That seems to be kind of a running thing. Mustaches are very common. You've seen probably 4 or 5, most notably the sheriffs. Definitely a lot of mustaches. Everybody here seems to have at least some sense of really weather-worn skin. It seems like the breeze comes through is definitely salty. Everybody's got kind of dry skin. You've seen some patches of eczema on people. A lot of people with sunspots under their eyes. A lot of people look a little older than they actually are. Like, judging by their voices, they definitely are younger than the weather-worn look they have. A lot of people have thinning hair, again, in relation to that. But there's also a lot of people with very, very strong hands. It looks like a lot of people work either building things, hunting, or fishing here. So lots of people with scarred up hands, things like that. As far as style goes, a lot of open-chested shirts. A lot of people either take off their sleeves or roll them up to here, typically, just because it's hot and it's very humid. So,
Just turn into me with not purple hair.
and a lot of breeches. A lot of people, comes up just around their knees.
No, I was gonna mix it up a little bit, make it look like I'm not from around here. So I'll change, obviously out of sight from everybody. I guess maybe go back to my room or
Okay.
bathroom or something.
I need to powder my nose.
Yeah. I'm gonna change my skin color to be kind of fair-ish. Like definitely not from around the seaside town.
Okay.
We'll go with red hair.
All right.
And I guess I'll just keep my clothes pretty much the same. I'm gonna take my jacket off though, so I just
Okay.
have like shirt, tunic, whatever.
You changing yourself to look any bigger or same weight, height, pretty much?
Same weight, height. I will give myself a mustache.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll do that.
All right. You do a pretty good job changing yourself, kind of stepping back
I'll
out.
do a goatee.
Okay, like a little goatee and a mustache.
Yeah, it's like brownish red.
You step back out. Those of you who are still at the inn see a roughly mid-30s, red-headed individual with hair that's pulled back into like a very short ponytail almost. It comes back and it's kind of undercut on the sides. He has some sunspots, like maybe some freckles, but nothing crazy. Skin's fairly fair. Got a red mustache, which seems kind of mixed in with some browns and a little bit of grays and a goatee, as he's aged in his beard faster than he has on his head, but he's definitely wearing Cam's outfit. He comes down the stairs.
Keep an eye on that guy. Yes, it looks like he stole Cam's clothing.
Cam? Oh God.
Yes.
He's talking to us.
Stole his voice too.
I mean, yes.
There you go. That's more convincing.
I can never tell when Nick is kidding. Or when he's
Exactly.
just stupid.
All right. So you head towards the Hunters Guild. You
Yep.
kind of point him down the road. You guys are heading into the woods, and then you guys and Britton are going into the city, correct? All right. So Cam,
Yeah.
you head down the road.
Yeah.
The Hunters Guild is up ahead, to your left, I believe. And as you nearby it, you see a couple of people out, seem to be sparring. There's almost a field along the side. The door is not guarded or anything. It's just kind of an old wooden door. There's 2 deer heads on the outside, and they're mounted like here and here. And the whole place smells like a barbecue shack. Like there's the smell of smoking meat just walking
Jerky.
outside of it. Oh, yeah. And you can hear inside some people. You're not sure if they're arguing or singing. Their voices are so gruff, but it seems jovial. So, you can walk in.
How big is this place?
2 stories.
2 stories?
2 stories. Very, very large. I mean, it's the size of like a modern day house.
Okay.
It's pretty big comparatively.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk in, kind of like looking around, like.
Okay.
Hmm.
You walk in, and as soon as you do, there's like 3 or 4 people that kind of look at you, and then they just go back to whatever they're doing. There's a series of tables. They're mostly round tables, and there's 3 or 4 people sitting around. Some people clearly have taken the "you can't start drinking all day if you don't start in the morning" thing to heart and are drinking right now. There's a bar in here. Looks better stocked than the bars you've been to, the 2 that you've been to already this morning. And there's a really, really large guy behind the bar there. And then there's about 6 closed doors along the sides. Looks like maybe you would either need to have permission to go in there, or you could wander if you wanted to. This room itself is very, very long, and there's heads of multiple different exotic animals on the walls. There's some boars, and now that you're inside, you see 3 different fish that are mounted as well. All of them just these huge, huge creatures that would be easily able to tear off somebody's leg.
Or eating coal.
Or eating coal. There is a balcony that overlooks this area, and then there seems to be some rooms up top. One of them has the door open, and you can see that it is a bedroom. So maybe with permission, you're actually able to stay here.
I'm gonna go to the bar first. I don't want to, approach anybody.
Okay.
At least without a drink in my hand.
All right. The individual turns around. He has hair that comes down to kind of his upper shoulders. He's also got the very thick mustache going on. Again, weather-worn skin. He's just huge dude, though. Absolutely jacked. And he has a tattoo on this side of a bow and arrow. And he kind of turns, looks at you, slings a rag over his shoulder. Yeah.
I need an ale. I guess you guys serve that here?
Yeah. Where are you from? hasn't moved an inch yet to actually get an ale.
From up north, traveling through here with a friend of mine. He's got some business down at Crespin.
Cool. How'd you find us?
Saw the building, got the smell, seemed kind of interesting. Wanted to check it out.
You hungry?
Yeah,
Reese's gets some ale.
Yeah, if you've
Sets it
got
down.
some of what I'm smelling, absolutely.
Yeah. Hold on a second. It goes through one of the doors, walks out. And the tattoo is huge, and that immediately it caught your eye, and you look over. The guy drinking at the table next to the bar kind of looks down as you look over. He's got the same tattoo on this shoulder.
Okay. I guess can I get a quick once over of the room to see does everybody in here have that?
Everybody whose shoulder is showing, yes.
Okay.
Those whose shoulders aren't showing, you can't tell, obviously.
Gotcha.
And it doesn't seem to be uniform. Some of them do have it on their right shoulder. Doesn't seem to be like it has to be on this side or the other side. There's probably about 5 minutes, and then this guy comes back with just like a pulled pork plate, essentially. But it's definitely deer. It's
Don't
deer.
do this to me.
And he sets it in front of you.
Whoa. What do I owe you for this?
It's on the house. Welcome to town.
Oh, very, very generous. So you guys, I guess, just, cook and bar here? Like, are those rooms up there for rent? Or
Yeah, members only though.
members?
We're a hunters guild,
Ah.
land and sea.
I start just casually eating as I'm talking to him.
If it moves, there's a sport to it.
Ah, so it was you guys that did all of, what's around here. I thought
Yeah, that
maybe-
one's mine. He points to there's one. It's a very large boar. I mean, the head alone is probably the size of you, and one of the tusks is this long. The other one seems to be broken. Like maybe it was injured in whatever fight it went through, resulting to it being on the wall, and it's just a massive creature.
Eat some more. Oh,
We have competitions every couple months. Barehanded. That's what that one was. First prize.
barehanded, you took down that
Yeah.
boar. Very impressive.
Caesar.
So, I guess all of these in here probably, you and these guys out here all took these down?
I mean, there's roughly 60 members, but yeah. You don't have to live in town to join.
Oh, fair enough. I was about to say 60 members. It seems like y'all are a little light.
Yeah. This is about what a day looks like.
So, I mean,
Some
I
of these
guess if
guys are
you-
locals. Jonathan's visiting. This guy over in the corner raises a glass, and he's got a bandana on this side, full leather armor, and the bow on his back is very similar to the one you saw previously. It's just way too big, almost comically large,
like those
especially
Japanese bows.
Yes, yeah. But this one, as opposed to the other one,
They're
was
compensating.
the other one was really thick. Like it would have required a strength of probably numerically 18 to actually even wield
Oh
it.
wow,
This
that's
one-
very
This one
specific.
is much. This one is much thinner. It definitely seems like it draws very, very lightly.
So I'm,
So fighter versus ranger.
so I'm guessing, just off the coast here, you got a bunch of crazy fish like that too.
Yeah, large monsters. We have more heads if you're a hunter. I mean, if you want to see.
I mean, I've never for sport, just out while camping and, just trying to
yeah.
grab some food.
Yeah, sure.
Not that I've, never been interested. It's just I've never really done it.
Okay.
But, I mean, I'm kind of curious about, what all you guys have here. This is something unlike I've ever seen.
So I mean, the way it works is, it's a membership. You have to prove yourself that you are a hunter. You join. There's a mark, obviously. And then, if you have the mark, you're eligible for discounts on the food, the drinks. You can stay in the rooms if you need them, and you get special contracts for hunting.
Fair enough.
Mostly animals.
Yeah. Okay. Pay well, I guess, for these contracts?
Depends on the animal.
Fair. I mean, I'm guessing, something like that boar would pay a lot more than just a deer.
Yeah, I mean that was there was a prize pool thing
Yeah.
for that. It was a competition, which we also have those here. So if it's something you're interested in, it's a lot of people really enjoy it. Now, We also operate as a community center for the town. If somebody has a meeting or something, they can reserve one of the rooms. Birthday parties, events,
Now,
whatever.
Now, my friend and I are not going to be in town for too long, but I know you said you got people to the state elsewhere. Do you have other chapters elsewhere?
We do.
Oh.
The mark is pretty much universal. Yeah, there's an almost election style holding to it. We hold a meeting. If you get blackballed from one, you're blackballed from all of them. You can't go back. Tattoo is marked out publicly. We don't cut off your arm or anything. We just mark it off. We have a very special artist who does all of the tattoos. They actually have a arcane rune to them, which is embedded within the ink. If ever there was a question of your eligibility, it could be checked.
Kind of, I'm out of character, just like a black light type thing.
Kind of. The
Yeah.
magical equivalent, yes.
Yeah. What sort of, trial or like entry fees or anything like that are there?
You have to speak with the guildmaster. They will assign you a hunt, and you complete it for no pay.
Okay.
If you succeed on that, you're in. Unless, for some reason, a member has a qualm with you, and then that has to be resolved first. Either through the sparring grounds or... Sorry, whatever.
Yeah.
You owe me money. You stole my hunt. Whatever.
Okay. Also out of character, something that I guess I should have asked at the time, but when he was talking about like animals and all that stuff, could I do like an insight or something on
Sure.
that just to kind of get a feel for that? 'Cause
Yeah.
What he cocked? Is it? No.
No. Yes.
I moved the dice and then finished rolling. 10 total, I think.
He's kind of hard to read. He definitely big talker. Kind of get the vibe if he was paid enough, he'd kill probably just about anything.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not sure from that statement whether that is a yes, I kill people too, or a if you're maybe that's why you're here, or if you're interested in maybe setting one of these up, and he was kind of like trying to
Bait it out of
bait it out of you.
Hunters Guild, bounty hunters.
Right,
What's
you're
the
an out of
difference?
towner,
Mm-hmm.
might have some money. You might be looking for a hunt of a different kind, and
Fair.
he might know some people who'd be willing to do that.
The most dangerous game.
Bees.
Beekeeping.
Oh god, I'm just imagining like a mounted, just massive bee head.
God.
Mm.
I
That would
killed
scare me more than any of the other ones in there, let's
I
be
killed
real.
that one barehanded. Praise be. Oh, I didn't mean to do
I hate
that.
you.
Fuck, I'm sorry.
I hate you for that. I might want to talk to the guildmaster and just see about joining, because I mean, if you guys have chapters everywhere, it never hurts to have a little side job, pick up some extra cash here and there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see if maybe my buddy would want to join, and maybe we'll come back by. I'm guessing it would be like a I get a hunt, he gets a hunt sort of thing, right? Not like
You could join together. That
Yeah.
should be on a group contract, probably a bigger animal.
fair. Would it be something like this? Are all these monsters around here common?
Yeah, to an extent. They don't come in the city much. They don't like people.
Right. I'm guessing the woods up north have all this like boars that size.
Yep.
Huh.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, we could set something up, and then if you wanted to get a couple guys involved, you could probably pay them out of pocket. They'd be willing to hunt it with you.
I could probably swing that.
If you're doing a group hunt, you can take a group size of up to 5 to do it. But who's really counting?
Yeah. Well, if I wanted to speak with the guildmaster, how would I go about doing that?
I mean, I can put your name in if you want.
Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and do that, and maybe I'll swing by a little bit later.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll be here all day. What's your name?
Carl
Carl.
Baggins.
Carl Baggins. He writes down on a piece of paper. Who's your friend that's going to be coming with you?
Braxton
Braxton
Miller.
Miller.
Light.
Folds up the piece of paper. I'll go give it to him in a minute. He's talking to another member at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm gonna go check down. Like I said, he's down at Crespin. Yeah, just down the way.
Sure.
We'll be down there. I appreciate the food and the drink for sure.
No problem at all.
Didn't catch your name, friend.
Jules.
Jules. Nice to meet you, Jules. And I'm gonna reach over just to shake his hand.
Okay. Shakes your hand. Massive, massive hand. This
Yeah.
dude's huge.
And then I'm gonna head out.
Okay. You head out.
Yeah. My body is ready for
Alright.
info dump.
You guys.
Write down. Make sure you write down the fake names you gave.
Yep.
Yeah, because I intentionally did not write them down. So let's see if you keep up with them. All right. So let's hop to you guys who are exploring the city. Where are you guys going to?
Yeah. Yes, they
I
are.
don't know. I didn't have any more investigating to do. Someone just said for me to go do that, so that's what I'm doing. What?
I mean, you guys could all go to the woods if you wanted. There's nothing wrong with that.
Other victims
I mean-
wanted or missing posters.
Yeah, I mean, that takes maybe a moment. We look at, like, there's nothing new, I assume, on the postings.
No.
Grab some names and find families. See if you can get more information than just, oh, I was knocked upside the head and I'm an old lady.
I mean, that's what we got out of Ruben.
Yeah.
Mostly, yeah.
I mean, I could be having my cats looking for a man with horns off of just an old lady. It's just like, ooh.
Is she a ghost now?
I mean, we could
close.
ask around, but if there was any more information, if there's much more information to be gleaned, then we would. We have a lead as it stands, so we could look around, but I don't know that we'll gather anything more. Otherwise, they would have. Surely it would have been reported or gathered when the disappearances happened. But I guess we'll follow up with some of the postings. They just we'll go to.
I mean, you do know that literally right across the road from the Bramble Rose there's 2 houses where somebody went missing.
Yes, we'll check Grand's Herbs and Spices, I believe.
Okay,
That's-
you want to actually go down to
I mean,
the shops
if
down
you
there?
insist, I will take charge of interacting with people.
God, no. I know that it was a
That's
joke, but all the same. Oh, I'll go to House 14. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong section.
Okay. Go down to house 14, and then there's 13 and 15 also right below.
Yeah, I
of
see
the
that.
list of names that I gave you.
What happened?
All right, so you guys head over towards the house of Lakina Vi, who is one of the people that went missing. You don't know much else other than a name, and this was one of them that was on a missing persons poster.
Yes.
Cute little house. No evidence of a break-in. You're not sure how long ago this took place. Seems to be somebody inside. You do hear kind of, shuffling about, but
I'm going to ritual cast Detect Magic, just
okay.
so it's done. And, we'll, I suppose, knock on the
Alright.
door.
You knock. The shuffling immediately stops. Just pause, and then the door opens. A gentleman swings open the door. He has another mustache, slicked back hair, finely dressed, very nice clothing. Kind of opens it at first, and then kind of looks at you all, realizes maybe you're not whoever he was worried about, and swings it wide open. Stands there. Can I help you?
Hello, sir. We are here investigating recent disappearances on behalf of the mayor of the town.
There's a small child that runs up behind him, and he kind of puts his hand behind her head and holds her there.
I just want to get some more surface level questions, just running some statistics going around. Who was it that disappeared?
My wife.
Your wife, okay. Lakina Vi, was it?
Yes.
Lakina Vi, alright. And when did this take place?
Almost a month ago.
Okay. Alright, a month ago. Do you remember anything? Were you awake when it happened? Did you... anything on the night of?
Nothing. That's what's strange. It's almost like she just walked out. Nothing knocked over. Nothing broken. It's like she just decided to leave.
I see. Am I getting anything just in the background as far as Detect Magic goes?
Nope.
Okay. Alright, well, thank you for your cooperation, and we will see that this is resolved as quickly as possible. Have a good day.
Thank you.
I guess we're just gonna keep doing that.
Okay. Anything you wanted to add? Or are you just the muscle behind?
I was thinking about kind of.
Threaten the kid.
Yeah.
What's up, squirt?
Just kind of I guess as I wander around with him, trying to see if I can see, I guess, any guards and see if they're doing anything weird or funky
You don't see any guards right now.
where we're at.
Yeah, none where you're at right now.
Is that normal for a town like this?
Depends on the town. I mean, small town, maybe.
It's not a particularly small town.
Pretty small.
Also, it's Statera.
Not too small for Latero, all the same. It's still a lot of guard. It's still a lot of people for no guards. Regardless. Yeah, I mean, West has been made with no penalty. I would not
That's
take
very
this.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I won't
so-
accept it.
Praise be.
Yeah,
Praise
I guess that's just what we're up to.
All right. So you guys then head down towards the homes 13 and 15 as you get over there. This was the house of Emran Rikia and Leia Rikia.
Okay.
Going up, you can see that this is actually what looks like two houses on the map is one house that's joined. So, and one of them is clearly newer than the other. It's like maybe a large family decided, let's build an extra wing on so that they never have to leave home. Something along those lines. You go forward, you knock. There's a little bit of a delay, and a older woman opens the door. Can I help you?
Yes, hello, ma'am. We are investigating the recent disappearances on behalf of the mayor. If you have a moment, we have some questions just about.
Yeah, yes. So she kind of steps out, pulls the door closed behind her, and holds herself like this on the porch.
All right. We won't take up much of your time.
No, it's
The,
fine.
the, dis- the disappearances. Who was it that you reported missing?
It's Emrin. Yeah, that's my daughter-in-law. And then shortly after, her sister also went missing.
All right. And how long ago was this?
Yeah, 3 weeks, maybe.
Both of them about 3 weeks ago, or was it
Oh, it was only 2 days apart.
2 days apart? Okay.
Have you found anything? Is there new words of it? Is what happened? or-
We have some leads. We don't want to give out too much information for the sake of. But yes. Hold on. Did you notice anything on the night out?
Well, the next morning we noticed that her room had been broken into. Through the window, it seemed.
And this was the first or the second?
First one. Looked like somebody had broken through the window and she was gone.
I see.
Her husband, my son, has been dead for some time now. And sort of, we all joined together and keep each other company, but she had her own room and
Yes.
we didn't even hear anything.
I see. And the second disappearance, was there any sign of forced entry?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
This one was messier. There was no blood, but things thrown about. It looked like there was a fight, a struggle. Same idea. Came through the window.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for this information. It will be of use to us. Have a good rest of your evening. We'll let you know if there are any.
Please, keep me informed. Anything further to add?
No.
What
Beat
about,
the grandma.
What about Brett?
yes.
He wanted to come with us.
Britton seems to be listening very closely.
Mhm.
And then as you guys walk away, he's kind of like, all right, so maybe if I can just kind of talk like this, and maybe that'll pass by. Or maybe they'll think I'm a local.
It's actually quite impressive accent. I don't know that you need to hide your voice. It was more just sort of the entirety of your presentation.
I can maybe fix that. Make myself look a little less sailory.
Britton, I feel as though you've taken this very personally. I want to make sure that you're all right.
No, I'm fine. I just feel like I have a skill set that maybe I should be using.
Now, see, that sounds very hostile. Please, I
don't want to be a burden, is what I'm saying. Like I want to be helpful.
You're incredibly. You held a man who downed like 3 of us. You held his head, like you cut his own head. You cut a man's head off. You're
Still
very
I'm just
talented.
Saying,
I understand the skills that you do have, and you do have them. That accent was exquisite. Are being you're competing with someone who can literally change their own appearance with
yeah, I
magic.
guess. All right.
Yes.
Continues to follow along.
Mhm.
All right, you guys go into the woods.
Yes.
Which way would you like to go? Would you like to go by the Thicket Inn and then go north, or up towards the house where the latest disappearance was and go north from there. Like, there's 2 different roads that lead up into it. Not that it really matters, but you can go either way.
Yeah, I don't really know where the latest disappearance has been.
No,
Nomad,
neither do
do you
I.
know that? Where
It was the house that where the old
I
lady
wasn't there.
Yeah, none of us.
I
were.
told
None
you.
of you 3 were.
Yeah,
No.
they told
But
us.
You know where it
told you
is.
that, I don't
You
know
know kind of where it is because
Okay.
you would have been told. But
I mean, I would have just telling him. I
Precious tracks.
ran through like the sort of thing.
Yeah.
I would have told him where the most recent one was.
Right.
Okay.
And why we were there instead
Yeah.
of somewhere else.
What do you
Go
think,
that way.
Nomad?
I'm indifferent. I've never been on tracking missions before, so this is probably my first one.
do you guys head up towards the
I
house?
think Precious Tracks is our.
You go up towards the northeast end of town. You pass by the town hall, pass by some smaller homes, and then some farms. And you eventually find the house that they were at before. There's still clearly a door that swings off the locks. And there's a woman who seems to be inside. The door is just like in the breeze, opening and closing, and you can see this woman inside packing some clothes into a suitcase.
With the hinges kind of knocked off, I think between me and Cairo, with our histories, this doesn't look like a professional job.
No, this was a kick in the door.
Yeah, this was okay.
Clearly somebody lacked the skill to lockpick it. Or they wanted to intimidate somebody coming in, you're not sure.
I mean, it's a couple old people. Why would they not intimidate? Excuse me, old,
She, like,
old
jumped-
lady.
The door steps out and opens it. Yes.
Can I talk with you a second?
Yes, please make it quick though. I want to get out of this town. Props the door open and just goes back to like, you can step in.
Miss Sighing. He went missing, right?
Huh?
Your husband, the
I'm
old guy.
outside
Shane.
just laughing.
Shane.
You know Shane?
I'm looking at the ground, the tracks.
Yeah, Shane. He went missing, right?
Yes.
Someone just kicked in the door.
Knocked me out and then took my husband. I think I've already answered these questions from somebody else.
Oh,
I mean,
somebody
but
else
if-
came by?
Yes, yesterday.
Oh.
Large guy with some horns and shady looking guy and a deputy.
Your husband wouldn't be involved with the Hunters Guild, would he?
No,
Insight.
go for it.
Natural 4.
Okay, that's good. Sweet. My roll isn't.
No.
7.
She's a tough cookie to read. She kind of seemed startled by that question. Kind of gives like the grimace of Hunters Guild, but you're not getting any vibe of lying per se.
All-star.
Was he a gambler?
No.
Are you sure? Any pocket money just randomly disappear?
No, not that I know of or ever noticed. We've been here for a while, living, farming, just doing our thing.
What type of plants do you
Sorry?
farm? What type of crop do you farm?
Different things. Potatoes in this season.
Okay.
Would you like to see
Potato.
my potatoes?
Yeah, just curious.
Is the Hunter Guild big around here? Like I saw their building.
Oh yeah, lots of people in it.
Are they good for the community?
Loud, they're drunks, they overkill the forest populations. No, they're a pain.
Your husband think the same way.
Oh yeah,
Boisterous?
him? Oh, no, passive individual, such a kind, sweet soul.
Did he drink?
No, well, we had our occasional glass of wine, but nightcap, so to speak.
I thought back there.
He had the full fucking night sombrero.
Dude. That is now Yeah. Nice sombrero. I like it. All right. Sorry for
No, it's fine.
being nosy. I just saw the busted in door and.
Yeah, I'm gonna get somebody to repair it while I'm gone.
Either of you know mending? Not
I-
you. You're not here. Fuck
I
you.
could have.
You could have fixed it whenever you were there, jackass. Fuck you.
Yeah, you could have. That could
Yeah.
have been one you'd taken actually.
Nah, I didn't take it though. However,
All right. Bye.
Druid crafts.
yeah, it's like in,
Yeah.
Here's a flower.
Clanks it back together. I mean,
Yeah.
it's wood.
yeah, it's wood. I can do
I
it.
also could have fixed it, but I don't want to tamper with evidence, obviously.
On the way to the forest from that house, I want to like look for tracks that are slightly more sunken in.
Okay,
than
give me
they
a
should
survival check.
be. Yeah.
Come on.
22.
There we go.
There are a few tracks through here, and you definitely see where it looks like Atris has been around here. Definitely because he was here yesterday, and there is what look like drag marks. Kind of didn't really notice them before, but as you start kind of pushing some plants out of the way, like they have a little big garden around, you see that where the bush is kind of overgrown, it looks like somebody was dragged from the door, maybe even through the bushes, off to the side, and it kind of hid them before, but now you can see where it then comes off the bushes and heads up north towards the woods.
We'll follow them.
Okay.
Nomad, is your axe sharp?
Sharp enough.
You
Follow Cairo.
follow it up. You hit the point of the woods, and it gets really, really thick. And you notice before you get to the woods, though, the dragging stops. Looks like this person was lifted and slung up on a shoulder. Just judging from the description of this guy, though, this guy had to be pretty strong to have thrown somebody, a whole person, up on their shoulder and then continued walking through the woods with them.
Big guy, big footprints.
Any footprints for that?
Give me another survival check.
All my footprints, it says Atris was here because I got it engraved in the bottom of my...
How long ago were
Atris
these
was
marks?
here.
How long ago were these drag marks?
Yes.
About 2 nights.
Okay. Ooh, 22 again.
22 again. Gets really, really hard in the forest, just because there's a whole bunch of different groups, and it seems like this guy might have known what he was doing when it took to hiding their tracks. But you do manage to find a slight trail, but you're not sure if it's a game trail or if it's a trail made by this person and multiple people, because it looks kind of worn. You follow it for a while. You do find some deer droppings on it. Hitting in deeper, you realize that this seems to be a deer trail.
Okay.
You're not sure if they're using it, and you can continue to follow it, but as you look at it more, this is definitely mostly worn by deer and elk.
It's
Anything,
good
Cairo?
cover. Not sure if I'm following the correct trail, but it might be cover. I'm gonna do the 5 mile thing.
Okay.
Anything within?
You definitely notice that these woods are big. Yeah, even on this radius, you kind of get the vibe you're not even close to the middle of these woods with this. You do pick up the homes kind of back on this side, and really even with 5 miles, with you being about a mile in, you still get most of this town, and you get pretty much the same things you did before within the town.
Anything in the forest?
Not at all.
Nobody.
Not people wise.
I'm gonna follow the trail because it might just be cover.
Okay. Continue to follow it.
So, they're following a deer trail?
Probably just to make it seem, inconspicuous.
Makes
so
sense.
they're stupid enough to kick in the door, but smart enough in the woods to follow a deer trail.
Might not be the preferred hunt.
I think we've definitely narrowed it down to the Hunters Guild.
Oi.
Makes sense. Huh?
You arrive back at the inn, probably around the time that you, Britain, and Atris all return as well.
Yes.
Well,
Well, not really too much. Did get an iffy vibe from the bartender there.
Okay.
Possibly as in they have contracts once you join the guild that, I don't know, just the feel that I was getting from him. It seems like maybe more than animals.
okay.
It seems pretty easy if we did want to join.
So you think these were hits?
I'm not saying that these were hits. I'm not entirely
Can you
sure.
grab me a water? While you're up, if you still have those?
I'm not entirely sure on that yet. Also, I don't know why I'm still speaking in that voice.
Oh, don't worry. I did it for a while too.
No. But yeah, I'm not entirely sold that they're hits, but he definitely was insinuating that they do more than just the beast that they had on the walls.
It's a big word.
Beast.
I don't think it's that good.
Anyways, but
Great Britain's on
Thank you.
3.
it
Great
does,
Britons. Oh wait, I can't count.
it doesn't seem like it would be too difficult to actually join the guild. I mean, they're probably not going to give too much out to outsiders. Is kind of what I'm getting, but not too difficult to join. I dropped a fake, of course, this time. Name, if to speak with the headmaster or the guild master, if we did want to go back and give that a shot to join.
Yes.
Is this something we want to actually join, or
No.
pretend to join?
It would be a pretend to join, but it would also be a permanent join thing.
Right, but I mean, like, we can't permanently join under fake names.
Well, I mean,
I guess we could, but that's kind of.
if you join, they mark you with an arcane tattoo.
But isn't
Oh.
that only if you? That would only be if you succeeded on your.
If you succeed, yes.
Yes.
But I mean, I wouldn't even take up the offer if I didn't intend to succeed.
We aren't actually trying
Is it going to be a water thing that you have to kill, or a land thing, or do they pick?
It depends. It can be a group thing though.
No,
He said you can have.
because I'm definitely better on the water. But
He said it could be up to 5. I
Oh.
mentioned I had a friend.
okay,
So I mean, he's expecting maybe 2.
okay.
But he said it could be up to 5 if we employed some people.
Okay.
But 5's not a hard cap, is what I was getting as well. They
Okay.
seem to be very loose
It's like a
in their
maybe
governing.
the old rules say 5, but they're like, that's the old rules sort of
That's
thing.
kind
Like,
of what I'm getting from them. Yes. Yeah.
are they a secret organization or semi-secret or?
I would say semi-secret, but just based on the feel that I got from him with the, him kind of gesturing that he may have other contracts outside of animals. I feel like there may be more to it, but without joining, I don't think I'm gonna be able to pry too much more into it.
Okay.
Well, I think we should definitely follow up with this again, just for no other reason than to see more of the building.
And if we do the hunt, not successful, whatever, I don't think it's any, no harm, no foul. It may even be worth investigating what they are sending us to hunt. Possibly, I don't know, but
Well, who would we have? So you mentioned a friend.
I mentioned I had one friend. And
All
just
right. What name did you give, and what name did you give for the friend?
my name was Carl Baggins,
Carl Baggins.
Oh
and
my.
my friend is Braxton Miller.
Okay,
Wow.
so see, you gave the friend the cooler name. And I
The
think
friend
that's
definitely
very
has a
wise
white
of you.
mom.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah.
There's no doubt.
He's actually an old football player from Ohio State. The name Braxton hit my head, and I was like, Miller. Okay.
Definitely a white mom who drinks at Starbucks. Well-known local coffee shop in Gray.
Oh shit, Graham's Starbucks? It's canon. I'm giving myself some fucking pumpkin spice. White girl.
So who will we have play your friend Braxton?
I mean, preferably to fit the role. I'm kind of gonna roll with what Ink was saying earlier, possibly Cairo.
So either we get somebody who's really good at lying.
What I was saying earlier.
Oh,
That was my idea.
That was yours?
Either we get
Okay.
somebody who's really good at lying, or somebody who doesn't have to lie to pretend to be good at it, like Cairo. That's the two options.
That's kind of what I was getting at. Like,
Well, if they end up on the hunt, then it would be better that they actually have the skills to back it up.
Cairo is the strong silent type, and I mean,
We could pretend he was mute. How'd you learn his name?
Paper.
Childhood friends knew his mom.
Braxton. He's mute. How'd you learn his name?
They're childhood friends. They know he knows
He's
his
been a-
mother.
Why is he mute?
he can write.
A lot of people seem to lose their tongues around here.
That's mostly slaves.
Vow of silence.
Ah.
I don't know. We can work that out.
Cairo is a very religious man. We all know that about Cairo.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So religious.
Cut to Cairo sniffing deer poop. This way.
Praise be.
Has he given us the rundown yet that there's more than one Hunters Guild around? Or we still only think there's
I
one?
will knowledge dump the rest of
Okay.
what I learned about.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because then I want to bring up to all of us that, I guess, if there's more than one guild, if we do become members, it might be easier later to infiltrate other ones.
It would.
And
The
badass tattoo.
I mean, the tattoo that they give you is permanent. Now, one thing that is.
As most of them are.
Well,
They even make you sign that when you get one.
all right, now, permanent isn't the word that I wanted to use there. Universal is the word that I wanted to use there. For all of their, chapters and guild members, the tattoo is universal, so anywhere you go, you can be recognized and get discounts and bounties and things like that.
Discounts, you say?
Now, one thing
How
that
far
I
do you guys
am...
want to go, by the way?
Good couple miles.
No,
Yeah.
7.
one thing that I am hesitant on is if the Hunters Guild is looked down upon by many, I don't know that we would all want to have that
Cover it up.
marking. You cover it up, sure, but I mean,
Maybe some of us,
Do you have to get
some
it
not.
any special place?
most of them had it on their
Put it on
arm,
your ass cheek.
just
But
out in
then
the open.
you would have to show your ass every time.
I'm okay with that.
An
Show
hour
your
later,
ass enough
maybe
anyways.
we get.
Especially if it's
I mean-
Tyro's ass.
Not literally, but figuratively.
Maybe we just get some of us in. Maybe just 2 of you join.
Well, he did say 5. We could just do 5 of us.
I don't know how well equipped we'd be to handle whatever we'd be hunting with 5 people. Also,
The more that we bring, the more
ho-
difficult
yes,
it would be.
that's precisely what I'm saying. Also, I don't look like your standard Hunters Guild material. I have enough. I have
How
enough.
would they tattoo the robot?
Dremel.
Can they tattoo the robot, or is he not allowed?
Well, the 5 of us it is then.
Chisel and hammer?
They have a knurling machine.
A what?
So,
Everybody at the table just kind of looks at you.
regardless. So,
I could tattoo the robot.
Are we
did
here
you
or
see
still in the
anyone in there
forest?
that seemed construct-like?
Do it.
Are we here or are we still in the forest?
You're still in the forest.
Okay,
No.
So,
You didn't see any constructs.
I just went out on a limb and said no.
So I'd imagine top of my list of who I would recommend, and we shouldn't make this decision until everyone else is back and they can weigh in, but I believe my top vote is for Cairo, followed perhaps by, closely by Britain.
It's fine.
Then, no, alright.
It's fine.
Then probably Atris and Nomad,
Yeah.
kind of at the same level.
I mean, but also Cam can pretend to be them too. So.
Oh, I mean, he's definitely going. He's already
Right.
already shown a face.
Yes. Okay.
So
You're
it would be
in
him
addition.
and the other.
I got you.
Yes.
So cutting back to you guys, you go about 2 miles. I want perception checks from all 3 of you.
Yes, sir.
What does it entail, or just like regular perception?
Regular perception.
No, bonuses for you, loser.
I'll blow your
Ha,
ass.
suck
you
it.
lucky butt. You got an 18 all 3 times.
42. That was on the different dice too, yeah.
If it would have been me, I would have got it.
18.
10.
Oh.
At one point, you actually see a deer, who you see it before it sees you. It's kind of as you go deeper into the woods, this path kind of starts to curve towards the east, and you end up almost at that cliff facing that there's a trail down to the other city
Yes.
there.
Okay, so I've been around.
You've been there. You
I
haven't been
in
up
the
to here
forest
though, in
area,
the
but
forest
I've
end
been-
of this. And it's like at close to that edge there. It kind of this area slopes down towards that. Like you could easily, if you lost your footing, go down the hill. And then there's some rocks with the occasional like smaller cliff over to the
I'm
side
glad
here.
we brought the dexterous once.
But you do see a deer that's grazing, sees you, and then kind of scurries towards the cliff, and then turns around and does, they're like, oh shit, gotta go past you, scurries back the other way.
Okay.
But you don't see anything else. You've gone probably about 2 more miles. You're about 3 miles from town now.
Whenever we're at the near that cliff face area, I'm gonna command my spider to go look for openings
Okay.
just along it, and then whenever if it finds one or before it hits like midnight,
Uh-huh.
to just go back to the cart.
Do you keep it on your back, or does it walk with you?
If we're in town, it's on my back. Just
Okay.
kind of like, oh yes, ornamental.
Futuristic backpack.
Yeah.
I'm from Evolution.
So the spider drops and begins to like scurry down the.
Oh fuck!
Just and goes over the cliff. It looks like it falls, but you know what it's actually doing. It just looks like it falls down the side. And there's a period of time, and then it kind of just comes back up.
Okay. Does it, like,
But it's not midnight yet, which means it found something.
okay, so I'm gonna follow it then, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if I was gonna dispose a body, a cliff into a body of water.
Okay. You go over to where it was, and you look down, and there is what looks like a cave that goes inward,
So,
kind of down the cliff a little bit.
okay, how far down?
20 feet.
Okay.
You're not sure how deep the cave goes. It could just literally be a crevice into the wall.
Observing the area, does it seem like there's any logical footholds or anything to get there?
Not really.
Any way
No.
that somebody would be able to carry somebody down towards
It'd
it?
be almost impossible for somebody to have carried. That's a good thought. It'd be really hard for somebody to have gotten a body down there.
Where's the furthest tree from the cliff, from like this point?
There's some trees right along the cliff here.
Any sort of like, oh man,
I know what you're
like
looking. Give me an
abrasive marks?
investigation.
Yeah.
Give me an investigation check.
Where they tie a little ropey to it and do the little swingy downy. Oh, that sucks.
11.
Swingy down.
11. You don't see any evidence of any ropes being tied up here. However, as you start to kind of go through the ground, you do see what looks like two really, really old rivets into the rock here. Looks like at one point there might have been a ladder going down. But from the appearance, it's been gone for hundreds of years. Like, this is like if you were to go to like a Mayan ruin or something and see where there used to be steps carved in here, but now it's just a smooth surface where rains washed it down. It's like something was here at one point, but not in a long, long time. You imagine this is the remnant of an old cave of some kind. Like maybe at one point this was used to hide something in, but right now it looks disused.
This isn't what we're looking for, but there's something down there.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, if you look here, I'm just gonna spiel the rivet thing.
Alright.
Or I can check it real quick. You can join if you want.
I mean, it could be an old ladder or could be a rope ladder.
Invisible ladder.
Could be. You want to just check it out real quick? What you
I
do
look
away?
down at the cave. I've dealt with my fair share of like seaside caves. Does this look like a?
This is not a pirate treasure cave of any kind. If that's
No.
what you mean.
I'm looking like there's like like your caves that are like geologically made, and then there's like caves where there's like sea monsters in there.
From this view, you're not sure.
Fuck.
How far up from the coast is it?
Probably 10 feet above water. I mean, this is about, you're at kind of a smaller point. You're probably at a
Alright.
30-foot cave.
So
Like
unless it
cliff
has
slate.
legs and jumps, then
10 feet's not too bad for most sea creatures.
yeah.
But
But
I'm definitely.
Especially in high tide.
I
Yeah.
will go first.
or you want the spider to carry you? How much do you weigh?
112 pounds.
You want the spider to carry you down?
Actually, probably less than that.
Yeah,
Honestly.
you probably weigh 100 pounds soaking wet, to be honest.
Probably. I'm probably like around 92, 80, somewhere around in there.
Just grab onto the spider.
280.
Right, yeah, the spider can.
I
you
mean,
can ride
water,
the spider.
water weight is a big fluctuation.
You can ride the spider. It's not able to do any of its actions when it's carrying you, but you can ride the spider.
I hand him 50 foot of rope,
Just in case.
just in case.
I think you had some rope, actually.
No,
It is
sorry.
tied to me.
Ah, dang.
It's tied to me.
You tie it to you. Are you handing it to him or to Nomad?
I'm gonna tie it around both of us.
Okay. Slap. And you begin to ride the spider down.
This is so weird. Last time I interacted with you, you were harpooning me through the chest.
All right, you hop on the spider.
All right.
You go down. You pull up my stuff here.
What's the spider's name?
Spider 1.
You
Um,
assume that Cairo
Ellen.
actually gives a crap.
Ellen.
His name is
Helen.
Bartholomew.
He
And
also
the other
doesn't
one's
know
name is
our names.
Georgia.
It's just like follower 1, follower 2, follower 3.
Oh.
That's cringe.
you
Look, man, in the book so
I'll
far
do
just
it.
Spider 1.
You are
Let's
speed
see.
air.
Yeah, and I do have dark vision, so if that affects my perception roll at all or anything like that, then
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Yes, sir. 15.
Okay. Now give me a dexterity saving throw.
Before you die. Imagine dying. You die, boy.
17 plus save 6,
Okay.
so 22.
You, as soon as you hop off, you kind of get into this cave. It's dark and looking ahead. Even with the dark vision, you just kind of have to squint a little bit, and you step off the spider, and you hear as this rat runs under, and you jump, and it doesn't touch you. Good save. You were in the cave.
Actually, wait, with that save, I want to grab that shit.
Yeah, you grab the rat. You grab it by the tail on the way out.
You should have like rat PTSD at this point.
Pretty nasty rat. It's not the most flavorful one. Actually, it's a little extra flavorful.
I mean,
which
that's
is kinda,
half the
it's
reason.
like a salty
Yeah, and
brine.
it's half the reason why they kept me
Gotta
on,
collect them
on
all.
the ship
It's
was
just-
to get
You've
the
unlocked
rats.
salt rat.
A very bubonic mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
The
I started.
but
the
ahead of
play.
you there is what appears to be a collapsed tunnel. You looking at the walls. At one point, this looks like it was a natural cave up to this point, and then it was carved in further. But
Okay,
it has
so-
completely collapsed in front of you. At one point, this led deeper, but right now there is a wall of rubble in front of you.
This is going to be good if we
And it looks again
transform
like
a
it's been
nomad.
there hundreds of years. Like the
Oh,
rocks are so inset with each other that like this one over time has chipped this one so they fit together like a Tetris piece.
Alright, Spidey, take me back up.
Takes you back up
It follows my commands.
because it told
Yeah.
it told it to call it your commands.
Alright. There's a cave down there. Not like water made, like this is man carved out, but it's been collapsed. It looks old. Now, half of me wants to say that we're on the wrong trail. That whoever did this split off that deer trail a while back and we're in the wrong direction. The other half of me says we found a back door.
Probably.
Now, Nomad, between me and you, I bet we could clear that thing. Between you, we could probably clear that thing. But if this is a back door, I don't think we want to go down just the three of us.
Well, see why not. That's a joke. I learned that.
I said the last time we went into a creepy thing, there was a Jack-in-the-Box clown, and that did not go well.
If you guys want, you guys can go back to town, get your people, meet back here. I'm gonna go follow the trail just a bit more.
I'm gonna say,
So midnight.
how was your tracking?
My survival is +2.
It's very specific.
I know.
uh,
Not canon.
He has a
I
missile.
kind of get lost in the forest. My domain is much more the sea, so if you think you can find your way back here, then we can do that.
This water can.
But yeah.
Take the spider with us, yeah. I'm gonna freak out some villagers, but I'm kind of okay with that.
Yeah. Just pick it up in town.
I can't carry. I'm Nomad. Okay, yeah. Actually, it'd probably look more natural on Nomad than
Actually, if
anybody.
Cairo can carry it, you could carry it. I think.
What's your strength?
It's an 8.
Oh, mine's 10.
I didn't know it was that low.
All right.
Yeah, you actually probably are pretty weighed down most of the time with all your
A
stuff,
little
to be
bit.
honest.
What? All these glass bottles to change?
It all doesn't actually weigh that
This
much.
50 pounds of mayonnaise?
You know, you're definitely not the kind of person who can be like, I'm going to carry a couple sets of heavy armor, though, too.
Yeah.
No, that's not happening.
That's why I got the spider.
I'm. God,
You know,
how fast is the spider?
Fucking 50 feet, I think.
Sonic.
It's pretty fast. Oh man.
Nomad, if you want to stick with Cairo, because I mean, from
I
everything
don't think
that
it's that fast, actually. I think it's just got climbing speed that's the same as its.
I know one of them's 50.
I think it's the dog.
it's probably the dog.
Probably the dog. I think the
Damn.
boar also has it.
No, the dog was very fast. It was 50. I remember that.
There it is.
Could I find my way back to this location if
I mean, you could roll too.
What would that roll be?
It would be easier than tracking because you would still have to find the trail. Even though it is a deer trail, you'd still have to find it.
Because I can make it back
40.
to town and grab the crew very quickly. It's just making it back I'm a little bit worried about. And I'm also a little bit worried about leaving you alone. Because if there's another hunt...
Last time I was alone, I did pretty well.
That's against $1.
When were you alone?
The maze.
I mean, we were all kind of alone and...
I was trapped behind the door.
Pulling switches.
Fucking beat a dog to death.
Oh my god. Well, alright, so, Corbin can handle himself by... so,
Cairo.
Just ignore it. Well, I mean, the spider can go to the edge of the forest and just you meet back.
Okay. Nomad, if you want to stick with Cairo, I'll meet the spider and back at the edge of the forest. I can at least find my way there.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Ink.
I'll bring
Campfires
everybody
back to the forest.
Giant fucking spider.
sound good?
It works for me.
It's fun.
Alrighty.
Right, where are you going?
Going back to the deer trail, I'm just gonna follow it a little bit further in.
Okay. Alright. You go back to the inn?
As fast as possible.
Okay. You guys, kind of wondering where on Earth everybody's gone to, because they've been gone kind of a long time.
About what time is it now?
It's about to start getting dark here soon. And then finally, probably around the time sunset hits, and there's people starting to now come into the Bramble Rose. The bartender that you met the night before comes back, also a big dude. He kind of walks up to, you noticed before he had the large sword on the side of on the wall there. He walks up, he kisses his hand, kisses the sword, and then goes to work. It's kind of an odd ritual that he has.
Does he have a tattoo?
No.
No, this one was Atris's.
Well, yes, he does have
Well, does
tattoos,
he have
but
the-
he does not have that tattoo.
The bow and arrow.
Okay.
And Ink, you show up.
There. Okay. I walk over to their table.
Where's Cairo? We need him for something.
Cairo and Nomad are still.
They're dead.
exploring. I mean, it's been a while, so they might be. We found a cave.
Okay.
It could either be a complete red herring or a back door.
Okay. Did you investigate inside the cave?
It's covered with rocks,
Alright. Is
and
it a fresh cave in?
no, it's old.
Okay, so this sounds like a supreme waste of our time.
Or it could be a back door.
Okay, we have an inn with the Hunters Guild. We need Cairo here to pass off as one Mr. Carl Baggins' friend Braxton Miller.
Yes. It was called Baggins.
It's Cam's other personality.
Hello.
Oh. Nice to meet you.
But yeah, so we need Cairo for this.
Yeah.
I suppose we could send Britain in instead, but
I don't mind. I can try.
Okay. Well, it's definitely the Hunters Guild. I think we should explore this cave.
okay. I agree that we could do that. Our
I agree, but hear me out.
so we can explore that at any point. This the Hunters Guild membership was sort of on a time crunch. I believe Cam mentioned that he put in a word with the leader to see them today.
Agamemnon. Agamemnon.
Well,
It was mentioned before.
His
seeing-
name?
Mm-hmm.
I
Seeing-
don't remember hearing that.
Yep,
the
it's
name.
biblical.
I mean, I know the name Agamemnon, but I don't remember hearing his name for the guildmaster.
They heard it at the town hall.
Yes, it was
Ah.
seeing that it's so late in that